Hi, this is János, it's Real World Audio, and today it's time to answer a question. So I'm going to look at my screen, which is behind the camera, so I'm going to look wonky. Mr. Rourke asked, what are the 3 best drivers for La Grande build? And I think now I received excellent feedback from Gerald from Hamburg, and he was saying that the Sonido SFR175A, SFR175A, that's about a 6-inch size driver, a little bit bigger than the original Fostex driver I'm using. He said that that is everything that I thought it would be, and my suspicion was that that would be the best driver for La Grande, and he confirmed that yes, that's the best driver in every way, a step up from the Fostex FF125WK, which was the driver around which I designed this cabinet. And I would say the second or third best would be the original driver, that Fostex, but now I'm hearing from everyone that it's running out. So it looks like so many people are building this speaker or these speakers that that this driver is disappearing. So this question is really highly relevant to everyone looking for it. And I believe Sonido also has a version which is a non-Alnico version, because the 175A, it's an Alnico driver. It's an absolutely fabulous driver, and it's essentially like a vintage Telefunken driver made today. So that's the sound and the character you are getting. You are getting that kind of refinement and that kind of soul into the music that was built at the highest level speakers in the 60s. Just it's being made today, and and with all the advantages that it will last longer. And those guys who are building it in Hungary, they are using the exact same technology that was used for the Telefunken, same materials, and very high level craftsmanship. So it's really 2 thumbs up for that driver, and it's absolutely magnificent. I will share Gerald's photos that he sent of this driver. It's really phenomenal, and the price it cost, it is, you won't believe it. It's amazing, and it's made in Hungary, so it's not made in China, and those guys. So you are supporting modern Western style economy if you are buying that driver versus buying some of the Chinese drivers where they are just trying to cut under the prices to just, you could say it as a conspiracy that they are taking over the market from Western audio companies, but there is no real conspiracy behind that. It's really economy. They are using a better economic model, or I would say a different economic model, and if we are supporting that, then you are, and if you don't live in China, then you are really cutting the tree under yourself quite a bit, maybe. So if you want the bigger picture, then you can support really this Hungarian company, Sonido. They have absolutely amazing drivers. They are not known at all. They make everything they build like as affordable as possible, and in a Western environment. So they really play their workers, they pay their taxes, and this is just almost unheard of today, that in a country where prices are such as in the United States, they are able to manufacture a super high quality product that's like the best of the drivers you can buy for money that's almost like you are getting something made in China. So anyway, they have a driver which is even more cheaper, the 175 without the Alnico, with the regular Ferrari driver, that's even cheaper. I suspect that would be the second best driver. And I would recommend one more. A lot of people gave me a feedback. The Mark Audio driver, the MAOP, I think is the 6.2 and they are having a lot of success with that. That also appears to be a favorite for this cabinet. So I would say these drivers. Let's see. Hans is asking about the RLC tweak. RLC. Sorry, I haven't really had a tea this morning, so my tongue is in a twist yet. I would need some fluids to be able to twist my tongue to pronounce letters. Such a feat. So Hans is asking about this filter that you can put on the single driver speakers. Can somebody explain the schematic how the three components are mounted together, series or parallel, in which order? So you are mounting them in series, so you have your inductor, you connect it to the resistor and you connect it to the capacitor. And the end of the inductor you connect to one terminal of your binding post, and the end of the capacitor you connect to the other end, so plus or minus. And there is no set thing how you should do it, but of course if you just look at the physics of it, like raw physics, it doesn't matter. But in real life it does matter. So if you try even just flipping the polarity of the inductor, flipping the polarity of the capacitor, resistor, changing up the orders, you will have a little bit of difference between them. But I would say that this difference will be significant if they are of extremely high quality and the rest of your system is extremely high level. But if your system is that high level, then I really recommend not even doing this tweak, because then your system will show that it just sounds so much better without this network. However, there's been a little bit of discussion about it, and two things I can add as an extra comment based on the comments and general observations is that you may want to use this filter when you are breaking in single driver speakers, and that's because in the beginning of the break-in, because the suspension is too rigid, too hard, yet it has to soften up, you are not getting enough lower mid-range and bass. So most of it you are getting high frequencies, but even the high frequencies are distorted because the cone is not able to move freely, so it will go into distortion, so you get these screechy highs without body. And when you add this filter, add this network on it, what it does, it cuts out the high frequencies, and then so it will keep these irregularities under control, so that's something really nice. But what I do recommend for everyone, maybe leave it in for a couple months when you put a filter network like that, and do not be very anguish over the exact values. So if you have maybe like a 1 millihenry inductor in your closet and not a 2 exactly, or a 1.5 or 2.5, use it. And if you have like maybe like a 12 ohm resistor or a 7 ohm resistor, just use that. If you have a 1.5 microfarad capacitor, not 2, that will be fine as well. It doesn't exactly matter exactly how you cut the frequencies, because the point is that you just want to tame it until it breaks in. And let's look at the next one. Oh, it's Edward, and he's writing about his cat Max. This is really amazing. He said once they moved out to the country, he lives at a very awesome place in Australia, like a middle of nowhere. It's just phenomenal. So you should check out his channel. He posts videos of the countryside there. It's really fantastic, really fabulous. So once he moved out, Max stopped running around with socks and other things. He's probably got more interesting things outside now. That said, he'll meow and fetch for us whenever he wants something. I think that's really typical cat behavior. And actually, ours, when they were babies, when they were young, they did not meow. They were just quiet. And as they were living with us, after a couple of months, I think they realized that we are talking to them, and then they can talk back to us. So that's when they started meowing. But when they were feral, because they've been adopted when they were about 6 months old, they were, caught in the wild by, Hawaii Cat Foundation. It's like a cat society rescuing cats, and they thought that they were baby cats because they were so malnourished. But anyway, so they ended up with us, and they were quiet, not even a noise, nothing, and now they are just talking all the time. So it's kind of like they are really mimicking human behavior, and when they do these noises, it's just to let us know that, okay, they hear us, and just making sure that we hear them too. So when they want something, they let us know about it. And Nick is asking, who is the more ferocious hunter? Is it Machi or Kintaro? And so Kintaro is the boy. He's bigger, he's phenomenally strong, and Machi is really fat. The girl is super fat, and she's like with Nelly, we are always saying that her life purpose is to become a baby whale. And I think both of us think that she has already overachieved that life goal, and she is just really, really stocky, but and really huge belly. But apart from that, she can achieve extreme speeds, and she's super fast, and she is the more ferocious hunter. When they find something like a gecko or a big cockroach, Kintaro, the boy, pounces on it. He's super strong, flips it, and then he tires fast, gives it up, whatever. If the gecko runs away, he just maybe chases after it for 10 seconds, and then, well, who cares? But Machi, the girl, if she has her eyes on something, she can scout it out and be on guard and watch it for hours until she catches it. So there is no question, Machi by far is the most ferocious hunter and most dangerous. And Kintaro is just, he has quick fun, and then, whatever, okay, I'm bored, let's do something easier. I don't want to work hard. And Nick is saying that his cats are expert level leaf catchers, and that's awesome. But when they catch a mouse, forget it. The entire neighborhood gets alerted with long bellowing meows. That's so fun, those long bellowing meows. Yeah. So it seems that for us they reserve it for socks, when the socks are happening. And when they see birds, then they say this like a we call it ekeke, ekeke. And then actually when we see a bird, we just tell them ekeke, ekeke. And then they know it's a bird, and they just run up to the window and, where's the bird, where's the bird? And usually I think living with us, it's kind of spoiled them, because when they see a bird, they let us know that it's ekeke, that there's a bird, and of course the bird right away gets the idea, oops, there's a pair of cats there, and they won't catch it, but they have caught birds already. So I think when we are not here, then they are probably in regular, real hunter mode, and not this, social hunting. What is the time? It's already 30 minutes for the recording, so I think I'm going to stop it now to make sure that the battery is still okay, and to make sure that I can upload the video, because now I'm using the camera's memory, and not the computer. So thank you everyone for the questions. So today it was about the driver choices and the network on the single drivers that helps to survive the break-in period, and cats, of course, cats. Thank you, team. Have an awesome day. Bye bye. Oh, it doesn't stop. My finger is too big.